Hello and welcome to Surface Noise. Today I'm doing a bit of a vinyl update, some recent pickups. I managed to pick up a few records lately. It's been a while since I had any kind of big haul, but this is a little bit larger, so I thought I'd show off a few things, and I'll start that in just a sec. So, I'm going to start off with some things I got at RedRum Records. If you are in lower mainland of Canada, BC, please check them out. They have about 3 locations, New West, Cloverdale, and Surrey, I think. Very, very good store. New West, very, very knowledgeable people. I haven't been to the other locations. I can't say for sure on those. But the New West store, very, very cool people there. And their selection is getting better and better all the time. They've only been open for less than a year, so, you know, at least in the New West location. Anyway, I'll start off with what I got at RedRum last week for this video. First thing I saw when I walked in the store, I just grabbed it. It's mine, and that is Neil Young, Trans. Any excuse to grab a more Neil Young is I don't need an excuse for that. I'll always grab more. I don't care what it is. And this is great. I really like this. I haven't heard this that much. I knew this more by reputation than anything else, but having played it in its entirety, I quite like it. And a lot of the songwriting on here to me is quite classic Neil Young. It just has other elements, which I guess at the time people didn't go for so much. But I think in retrospect, it's now considered to be a much better album than they may have thought at the time. Very happy to get this. Very happy. Something else I was very happy to get. This is D.O.A, Don't Turn Your Back on Desperate Times. It's the John Peel session. Anything to do with John Peel is cool. D.O.A, from my backyard here in Vancouver. Happy to add more D.O.A. Any Canadian punk rock from the 80s I want to get more and more of. So this is my second one right there. This is on Alternative Tentacles Records, so that's cool too. This has General Riot, General Strike, Race Riot, Season in Hell, Burn It Down. It's awesome, top to bottom, great to have, and looking to get more of the classic D.O.A. So, next up, something I remember listening to quite a bit, about 10 years ago or so. This is an EP by the Dum Dum Girls. This is called End of Days, right there. They had 2. This one has Mine Tonight, I Got Nothing, Trees and Flowers, Lord Knows, Season in Hell. All the songs are really, really good. The other EP that I remember that they put out actually had a cover of the Smiths' Some Girls Are Better Than Others, I think it is. Or, I'm not sure if that's it. They had a Smiths cover at least, I know that much. This is, ooh, nice little pressing here. Good quality, great songs. If you're not familiar, Dum Dum Girls are pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. The Smith song I may be thinking of might be There's a Light That Never Goes Out, but I'm not sure. Anyway, they did do a Sis cover on one of their other EPs. Something else, I was on kind of, for some of this stuff, I was on a bit of an 80s kick. I saw a bunch of really cool 80s stuff that I used to own, so another good one. David Lee Roth, debut EP. This is Crazy from the Heat, and of course it has Just a Gigolo and California Girls. Very cool. I remember hearing this so much, playing it so much. I had this, of course, when it came out. Very nice. Great to have it again. I want to get more of his solo stuff. I have a decent amount of Van Halen, but I'd like to get more of Mr. Roth's stuff. So good to have, glad to get another copy. Next up, continuing the 80s theme, we have The Romantics, another record I heard quite a bit when I was a young man. Of course, this has Talking in Your Sleep, which was one of their big hits. One in a Million is also a good song on here. I think that was a single as well. But this whole album is actually really good. I didn't realize that so much. Here's a little inner sleeve. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I listened to it after purchasing it, and I really just got it to get a couple of the singles, and it was like, no, actually, top to bottom, this is a extremely solid record. So, great. Good deal for me. Okay, so that's the Red Rum section. Thrift store section. Got lucky on this one. This is Worlds Away by Strange Advance. Got this for a couple bucks. Pretty nice. I have another Strange Advance album. More Vancouver content, by the way. This has She Controls Me on it and Worlds Away, I think. Is there another single? There was at least 2 singles. These guys actually put quite a few hit songs out, it seems, in the 80s. They had quite a few songs that were very, very popular. But yeah, it's a great record. And the other one I have, and I can't remember what it's called now, but it is also very good. So Strange Advance, got a good deal on this, very happy with that, and I recommend them if you like 80s kind of, I guess, sort of new wave-ish type stuff. Continuing on, this one is Maggie Rogers. She's a phenomenal singer-songwriter. I feel like kind of things in the folk country era of stuff, type of style. You probably enjoy her. She has a new record coming out in July. The early singles, they sound really good, so it's probably going to be very good to check out. This album is actually called Notes from the Underground, from the Archive, Recordings 2011-2016. So these are things that she recorded, I guess, like, and never released before. It's a double album, so it's a lot of material, but it's really good. The more I listen to her, the more I realize how phenomenal she is as a singer and songwriter. Comes up as a nice orange vinyl, and you get pictures from the era of when she was recording it, and then here she actually talks about every song and kind of what it means and what was going on at the time. So pretty cool. And it's a double, like I said, and yeah, and both the records are like an orange vinyl, so great stuff. Really, I thought this album was great from top to bottom. Really no bad songs for me, so worth checking out. Oh, and we get the nice little, you gotta get the gatefold inner picture right there. Pretty cool. All right, continuing the onslaught here, we have, this is a reissue of the debut record by New Pornographers, which includes Nico Case, and of course Dan Bejar and Carl Newman, sometimes known as AC Newman. Big fan of these guys. I like Destroyer, I like Nico Case, all the stuff she's done, and Carl Newman. I enjoyed watching him, and I saw him play with Zampano when he was in that band, and they were great. And then he also did he did the band where they had like 7 guitars. Superconductor were just super heavy, but actually melodic, if you could hear the melody beneath all the like heavy guitars. They were great too. I don't think they only maybe put out 1 record, but they were awesome. So I'm a big fan of Carl Newman and New Pornographers. And so this is, yeah, my first chance to get a vinyl copy of this album. I have had the CD for the whole time. And not only is it a nice red vinyl copy of the debut, you also get this 45. It did come in a sleeve, by the way. Yeah, it did come in a sleeve. This is Letter from an Occupant single, backed with 2 songs. And that would be The End of Medicine and When I Was a Baby. So a little bit of bonus material, which is always nice. I appreciate that. So, and we're not done yet. Next up, we got another reissue. This is, I think, a 2018 reissue of R.E.M. New Adventures in Hi-Fi. I have the CD, never owned it on vinyl, but now I do. I really like this record. This is probably the last, in my mind, probably the last great R.E.M. record. Even though I know they wrote and recorded a lot of this stuff while they're on tour, I don't know, the songs, it's a nice mix of songs. It has elements of Monster, but also elements of previous albums, like Out of Time or other, even Automatic for the People. And that's kind of why I like it. I think it kind of has a hybrid of those different types of songs that they performed. And that's why this, in some ways, I like this better than Monster, because Monster was more just, they stuck with a more heavy theme, distorted guitar and stuff. Whereas this one, they kind of went and did whatever, you know, they kind of wanted, and come up with some great songs. And this is a great record. And again, like I say, I think it's the last great record, in my opinion, that they probably did. I did like the other records that came out later, but this one fits more in their discography a little better than maybe stuff that came out later. So almost done. This is another great, amazing record, and this is a reissue as well. 25th anniversary, which is kind of scary because I didn't know it was that old. This is Fun Loving Criminals, Come Find Yourself. And if you're not familiar with them, I would check out Scooby Snacks. That's the single, and that's the song I always knew. Has some cool like samples from Tarantino movies, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. And it's catchy as hell, you know, it's so cool. And this is a nice yellow vinyl. This has I think they put this up so that the last side is kind of like bonus tracks. So like 3 sides cover the whole album, and then the 4th side is just like the extra stuff. The other record is red, so whole thing is good. In fact, I haven't heard any Fun Loving Criminals that wasn't good. I think it's all great stuff. Again, I recommend checking out the video if you go to YouTube or something and just look up Scooby Snacks by Fun Loving Criminals. Great song, and it's worth checking out. It's worth getting. I'm glad I have it now. Finally, another classic. This is Pavement, Slanted and Enchanted, something I've surprisingly never owned on any physical format before, but now I do. I have all the other albums on CD. It's so weird. Matador release. See there? Yeah, it's just a black vinyl. So right there, I can show you that. Like that. Pretty nice. This was a time when Matador Records was really killing it with everything. Everything in that mid-90s. Like every band on Matador seemed to be killer, right? So, so we'll get the inner sleeve here, like that. Yeah, and this has Summer Babe, and what's the second song? Trigger Cut, Wounded Kite at 15, I guess it's called. Trigger Cut, anyway. Zirkestein, and there's another good song. Here is a phenomenal song. This is a great record, top to bottom. Probably my favorite. They're still good later on. I think everything they've done has been good, but this is probably my favorite one. So that's it. So those are the records I've picked up recently. Hope you enjoyed seeing them. Hope everyone's having a great week. I have a website as well. You can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. surfacenoise.ca. Other than that, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.